Hello and welcome to Fortune Lake's camp cooking tutorials. So we're going to go through some recipes that you can do over the fire at home just like we do here at camp. But because we're dealing with fire and fire can be dangerous, we need to go over some cautionary notes before we get started here. So be sure to have an adult's permission and help, as well as a large bucket of water nearby. So the materials you'll need to build the fire are some birch bark or some other fire starting materials, some twigs or branches you can find in the woods, and then some larger branches, and then lastly some logs to put on that fire. But you also need something to light the fire with, and matches or a lighter will do. Build your fire from there is you put your birch in with a pile of twigs, and then you light your birch on fire, which spreads to the twigs. And then once that gets bigger, you keep adding it a little bit of fuel to the fire there, and then you can put your logs on. And what I did was just a basic log cabin style. So the first recipe that we're going to go over is the foil dinner, and here are some things you'll need for both these recipes: some soap, water or hand sanitizer, heavy duty aluminum foil, cooking spray, a cutting board and a sharp knife, and a note on the foil dinner: if you're cutting your meat, use separate surfaces and knives, and wash your hands to avoid cross-contamination. Along with the foil and other things that we listed before, you'll need your meat, potatoes, carrots, onions, seasonings, and butter. And we provided specific proportions in the comments and description below. So the first step is having an adult help you cut your vegetables. Then tear a big piece of foil and spray it with the cooking spray. And once you have your foil prepped, you can start putting your vegetables that you cut up all into that. And you just want to make a big old pile of vegetables, and that's what Amanda's doing here. Don't forget about the onions, they're very important for the flavor. And then you can put your meat in. You kind of want to put it evenly throughout the vegetables to help it cook and help the flavors blend. And then you can season it, and what we had was some seasoning salt, some pepper, and some garlic salt, but you can season it with whatever you feel like. And then after your seasoning is done, you can break up your butter into chunks and put that evenly throughout the clump of meat and vegetables so that gets all buttery. And then you're going to roll it up. So you just take the top two and pinch that together and roll that down. Roll it down tight but not too tight, and then you just roll in the edges. And there you go. Your fire is burned down and you got them all packaged up. You can plop them down on the fire and have an adult help you with that. And these cook for 25 to 30 minutes. The next recipe we're going to show you is banana boats, and for that you'll need a ripe banana, mini marshmallows, chocolate chips, and tinfoil. So for the banana boats, you're going to start by just cutting along the banana, but you're not going to cut through it. You're just going to do one cut there, and you're going to open it up. You have a little crevice there in the banana now, and you can make it open a little bit more. And then you're going to take your bag of chocolate chips, get some of those, and just put them down into the banana. And we pack them in pretty tight. And we also added some more because we like chocolate. So once you got all of them down in there, you can just pat them in there with your finger. And that is making room for the next part, the marshmallows. So you take your bag of marshmallows and open it up, and then you can take some out and start loading those up into the banana. We packed them in pretty tight because we like the sweet stuff. So pack them down just like that. And once you get all of your marshmallows in there, you can kind of do the same thing that you did with the chocolate chips and just make sure everything's tight. And then you just take your banana and you wrap it in tin foil. And it will be ready for the fire. put your banana boats on the fire, have an adult help you, and make sure that you leave them right side up. After about 25 or 30 minutes, have an adult help you take out your foil dinner with some sturdy sticks and place it on something like a rock or a piece of wood, and then you can wait for it to cool down and unwrap it, and it should look beautiful. And then you can do the same for the banana boats, which will take about 10 minutes, and as you can see, we're using our sturdy sticks again, and when they come off the fire, they're all ooey gooey. And now that the cooking is done, all that's left to do is enjoy the product. And as you can see, we enjoyed both the tin foil dinner and the banana boats. And lastly, what you're going to want to do when you're done with your fire is to break it up a little bit and use your bucket of water to put it out. And that is a wrap.